Peace to the gods and goddesses. So I had to switch to my laptop to make these videos real quick because I got a little more time. You know, I might go over my little 25, 30 minutes. Today's topic is going to be about salt and where salt led me when I went down this whole thing and how it goes to your magnetism in your soul. Like it really stops you from being an electrical being. And I can prove it through research because it's a whole salt is a whole man, it's a whole compound, like it's a chemical species. You know what I'm saying? Like they got species for chemicals. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna dive right into it. You feel me? So on the tab, pull it up out here because I was gonna make it with the tab, but I decided to use the laptop because I can be able to demonstrate like I need to demonstrate. Right? By the way, got two candles lit, one orange for sacral chakra because that's what we strengthening next. Okay. So I'm gonna remove this root bone and go to the sacral bone. Right, got this sacral bone right here because that's what we strengthening now. Right, we're gonna strengthen that sacral. We're definitely gonna strengthen that sacral right here. All right, so that's what we got going on. For those of you who don't know anything or want to know anything or want to know something, you got a whole chakra system, right? So we have already did videos on strengthening the root. We are on the next one going up, which is going to be the sacral, which is the second chakra. This is the one we're going to open up now. These are wheels, energy wheels within us. Your root chakra is the one that grounds you. That's the one you need. That's your foundation, most definitely. So we're moving up next to our sacral chakra, right? The sacral chakra, ladies and gentlemen, gods and goddesses, those of you who are just now becoming awake, uh, it controls your sexual desires. You understand? Let me show you here. I don't know if I have enough. If you want to demonstrate to y'all something, but anyway, man, you can do your research on that yourself. Your sacral is gonna control your sacral. Understand? That's where that whole term, jumping in the sack, that's where that came from. You understand? It wasn't from they was you was jumping in the sack. No, you was jumping in your sacral chakra. That what you know what I mean? That horny stuff where they're trying to keep you at all the time. And they use color magic to do so. You understand? Orange is that color, right? You see a lot of orange everywhere. You see a lot of orange in things and you don't really realize. Okay? So when you don't have your sacral chakra in control, your urges are out of control, right? Then you're using your reproductive organs to do things that are not reproductive. I ain't look, man. I'm not saying you shouldn't have sex. I am a creature of habit. You understand? But that is not what that's for. It's solely for reproduction, right? So that's why we are going to talk a little bit about magnetism, right? We're going to talk about why they have salt in your diet because you're an electrical being, right? So we're gonna build on that. Okay, let's see. I think I got Wikipedia. God, dude. Okay, So, Wikipedia, we're going to go to salt. That's where we're going to start off at. Pull up salt. The salt is man-made. They do have sea salt. You understand? They do have crystals, crystallized salt. That is, the salt that you have on your tables today is not that of salt from the sea or halite. You understand? Or deposits from the Dead Sea. Or Bolivian salt. It's not that real salt. The stuff that you have on your tables today is a chemical compound of sodium chloride, right? So I did not put in table salt, I put in salt. Let me put in table salt. Let's do that first. Maybe there's a difference, and I believe there is. Table salt. When I put in table salt, it pulls up salt, which I pulled up the first time. Okay, it says, don't know that you're going to be able to read that because, of course, I got too much going on. But I will read it for you. If you can get Wikipedia and you can follow along, you can get it yourself. Right? In Wikipedia, it says salt is a mineral. We know what a mineral is. We know what the mineral salt is. I told you that earlier. That would be halite or Bolivian rose. Bolivian rose salt. Sea salt will also be a mineral. Dead sea salt. Those minerals, those that are made naturally, right? But the stuff that you have on your table is primarily composed of sodium chloride, a chemical compound, right? Belonging to a larger class of salts. I mean, it's all on how they word it. Salt is the form of a natural crystalline. So, yes, the real salt is a crystal, it's a mineral, it's halite. It tells you that. Salt is essential for life in general. So, you have to have a little salt to regulate, is what they're telling you. That is because, ladies and gentlemen, they tell you this because salt kills plants. That's what they tell you that for. They put that in there for you got to understand what you are. You are an electrical being. You are a walking, talking plant. If you go outside and pour salt in your grass, it will die. I'm sure you know this. I'm sure you heard that before. They've known this since the time they've been feeding you pork and the guts of pigs and shit. This is why they had jokes when they used to say, "Don't let that nigga run through your yard." Hmm? They got too much salt. They feet kill shit because they knew what you was eating. They knew how you was producing the shit. They knew how you was putting it out, how you was putting it out of your fucking skin. They knew it. They knew that you was leaving chemical trail that dogs and shit could smell because they was feeding you bullshit. Hmm? They also knew that you was making adrenochrome at that time. They could smell that shit. That's why they have bloodhounds. I tell you, a bloodhound was fucking bred purposely to chase you. So they put salt in your diet to kill you purposefully. I'm just look. You can look it up. You can look it up, man. It's a chemical compound. They're telling you what they did to it before to make it. They broke it down, got the chemical compound of it, and they make it. But it's a natural crystalline. It's a natural mineral. Please tell me why. Tell me why it's important to know about salt. Hmm? If you are an electrical being, if you know anything about electric and magnetism and how it all works, you know your four phases of matter. Electric is one of those phases. Spiritual, spiritual is electric. You understand that? Your spirit is electric. Ask yourself why they keep trying to remove your electricity. There's a reason why they keep trying to take your electricity from within. They're trying to keep you from becoming an electrical being. Because you are an electrical being. When you ground yourself to the planet, where do you think electricity, lightning comes from? You think it shoots out of the sky? Or is it a thing that shoots out of the planet? Because the planet is alive. Kai is very much so alive. And she has a heartbeat. She has spirit. Why do you think electricity is even here? This is her plasma energy that we are on, combined with ours. We all work together. That's why we keep telling you if you take control, you have control already. You have to learn about vibration. Mhm. Everything vibrates. You think this is solid. No, this is your soul at its core. Did you hear what I just said? This is your soul at its core. This is your soul at its core. That's the solid. It's not solid. Your soul makes this solid. You're just strengthening your sacral a little bit. That's all. I want you to know. Because your soul does not live in your sacral. It's in your solar plexus, right? Which is the next one up. But that is the one, right? That's, hey, come on, tell me, man. You got to be able to. What do you think you're exchanging when you're exchanging souls through sexual energy, right? So that's why you must know about that. Okay? That's why that's important. To those of you who want to know why is it so important that I gotta get because you are bumping souls. You're exchanging energy. So it's important to know who you're exchanging your energy with. How many times, fellas, have you heard another guy saying, damn, man, I know, wish I never would have hit that chick, man. God, damn, why I'm having so much trouble. This is why. This is why. This is why you got to have your sacral energy under control, right? It's not to be shared like that, bro. That's why you're having so many problems. Mm. If you keep your sacral energy to yourself, mm, problems won't really occur. because you'll know who you're supposed to be with, whoever she, they are. You feel me? I can't say anything to anybody about their mate and who they choose. It's your lifestyle. You're here for an experience. So that's your own choice there. You deal with that with when the time comes for you to deal with that. I'm not your judge, your jury, or any of that. Do what the fuck you do. It's your thing. All right. But moving on from that, like I said, you're bumping or you're sharing of souls. Right? You want to be very careful with that because especially if this person is eating meat per se or making adrenochrome per se, because you're sharing of that energy. You're bringing that energy into your being, into your aura. You feel me? It's an ongoing thing. It flows constantly. So when you're sharing souls, you're sharing your aura, you're sharing everything. Understand? Where do you think they got that from? I keep saying. Samsung got that idea from you. The sharing, they got that from you. They know what happens when you hug. It's an energy transfer. Anybody who don't know, you're an electrical being. You're a plant-based electrical being. They're afraid of you knowing that because now you know that they have turned down your electricity by the use of salt, right? So when I went down this rabbit hole, it took me to I went to chemical compounds, right? From chemical compounds, I jumped from there to what was it? Chemical substance, I believe. Let me see. I got a whole chemical species. And then it took me from chemical species to molecular entities, and that's where we are going now to molecular entities. Okay, molecular entities. When you get to molecular entities, it goes to isotopically distinct. Then it has the word atom, molecules, ions, right? We're talking real science right now, right? So we know what a molecule is, and it took you to atom, right? Atom. It says an atom, a particle that consists of a nucleus of protons and neutrons surrounded by a cloud of electrons. Electrical beings. I want you to understand where this word atom, atom, comes from. Hmm? They're talking about you, they're breaking it down, but I want you to understand where that comes from. Remember in one of my last videos, I talked about atum, right? Atim. Hmm? When they broke down talking about the gods and goddesses of Egyptian mythology or Egyptian truth. You see, they hide it though and call it mythology. We are of the same species as the Egyptians. Tell you how you know it because they keep telling you. They tell you on and on in the scriptures. In the beginning of the scripture, they tell you that they broke you away from the Egyptians. Why did they tell you that? Because they don't want you to know that you are of the Egyptian, the goddess and gods. You understand that? There was a whole reason why they put that there. The first 5 books of Moses are to strip you of everything you know. You don't have to believe me. You just got to look up what Moses means and what it is. And then do your research, read them scriptures, and you'll find out what they're doing there. They're stripping you from everything: nature, who you are. They told you some bullshit about where you come from. They gave you bits and pieces of a law and then implied their own law. 5 whole books for them to do all of that. Hey, you don't have to believe me. Because I did research. I even let you know about that word, believe. I'm not going to be lied to you at all. Hmm? I'm not going to be lied to you. Why? I'm here to give you facts. I'm here to point shit out that you may not see. I'm using that third eye. And look, fellas, look, I want you to get out of that ideology that you don't have to have no hair on your head and just shaving your head. Man, look, forget what they say you looking like. Ancestors always had some hair on your head, even when it was going away. Gotta keep some up there, man. Fuck that old image, man. Fuck that image. I don't care nothing about it. I only put this on, man, so I ain't gotta go through the motherfucking questions on why my shit ain't there. You feel me? I want y'all to see this, man. I'm past that bullshit with the image shit. I'm done with that shit. They want us to look a certain way, man. They want us to be all suit and tied up and shit. Nah, man, we ain't gotta do that. That ain't us. Stop letting them tell you how you gotta look and how you gotta feel and all of that shit, cause that ain't shit. Hmm? That ain't shit. Keep you some hair on your head, man. That's how you get them strong downloads. Real talk. The shit I'm telling y'all, cause I stay grounded and I stay gazing at the sun with this damn hat off. I got this shit on right now because I know, how America feel. I ain't trying to hear the bullshit. Don't get in my comments with no bullshit about my head because, hey, that's how my head is. You don't want to accept it? Don't accept it. I don't get two fucks. America don't get two fucks. So let's go. Keep going. Move past that little bullshit. Niggas always falling into the bullshit whips and whims. Come on, man. We too grown for that. We past that. Stop allowing them to tell you how to look and feel and do any fucking thing. How you gonna let them explain anything to you with all this fucking technology we have? Use a noodle. Shit. The shit they taught you in school was bullshit. They want you to think that you're a normal, regular human. And it's clear that we're two very different species. We run faster, jump higher, much more. I'm not, look, our intelligence level, come on, hands down. But I'm not gonna say nothing else. I don't want to come off as a racist because that's what they do to you. But actually, I'm talking about species. You feel me? That's all. It's nothing more than species, right? We are strengthening the sacral, right? And we barely dug in. I done barely got into it. I was going to talk about chemical substances and molecular entities, right? I was going to get off into that, but it took me on down. They took me over Thailand and said, you got to go here. You got to talk about that. And I was going to tell you about Ogun, I should say, my bad. Ogun, he deals with the irons, the steels and stuff, the metals. You feel me? And they got a reason why they removing salt and adding irons and things to your interior, and why it's being boron, why you're being rained with boron on your exterior and not know. There's certain things going on that they're doing to keep you from becoming who you really are. Mhm. Because I want you to understand now, this shit goes way back, way, way back. These wars have been going on since the beginning of said Arturian made spell time, even longer than that. I just gave you one right there. You can go look it up. Time is a spell, right? The Arturians put it here. Why? To have you on a loop. They even told you about that loop that they put you on, and they described you as being something else. And I'm trying to remember their name. We'll have to go there. But in the movie Doctor Strange, he was fighting something, a dark force. And the dark force was unstoppable. In order for them to stop the dark force, they had to put its mind on a loop. You don't have to believe me. Just go watch Doctor Strange and you'll see what I'm talking about. And apply that dark force to yourself and your own mind and how strong we are as a people when we move as one. The thing that they are afraid of the most. Hmm, maybe now I might be making a little sense. Huh? They're telling you what they can't do. They cannot stop you from doing whatever it is that we are supposed to be doing, which is getting back the rail. I had to stand up. We're strengthening your sacral. We are opening your sacral chakra and making it stronger because this is the next part that you build on. We built the foundation. Now you're laying down your frame. Understand? Your sacral chakra is your frame that you build on, that you put before you start framing out said house. This is a house that you're building, right? A relationship. We are rebuilding your relationship to the planet. You are in a relationship. You're driving a ship, right? Are you with me now? I don't want to go over your head. I want to be in there. I want you to know what's going on. We're learning about vibration. I'm learning as I go. I'm getting these downloads and I'm giving them to you. Right? That was confirmation. That was just out of the blue. Phone saying nothing, vibrating. But anyway, man, this is really, really crazy how they are running game on us. They got so much game for you that they using salt. I mean, look, I'm not going to elaborate really about salt too much more because I want to really touch. I told you about Atum and Adam and where that comes from, right? But I really want to go down here, down this rabbit hole in talking about magnetism because I want you to understand how a magnet works. Like, and what you are. You have a whole soul. You are a magnet, right? You are a magnet, a whole magnet field. A magnet field is a vector field that describes the magnetic fluid influence on moving electric charge, electric currents, a and magnetic material. I don't know that y'all hearing me. A moving charge in a magnetic field experiences a force perpendicular to its own velocity and the magnetic field. You are a magnetic field. We're going to go back. I'm going to tell you how you know you're a magnetic field because we're going to open up what a magnet is, period, and how it refers to you being a plant based. You are plant based, sir, ma'am, gods, goddesses, electrical beings. Plant based because you have metals within you. And if you go outside and you ground yourself to the planet, you'll get some electricity yourself because you are plant based. You are nature. You are uh, within the alum family of plants, if you're going to go technically as a species. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't really go, I don't want to go that deep into it because some of you will really be thrown off by that. You feel me? But we couldn't hit the magnetic real quick. The magnet and how that works. Okay, here we go. The magnet. A magnet is a material or object that produces a magnetic field. The magnetic field is invisible, but is responsible for most notable properties of a magnet as force that pulls on other ferromagnetic material such as iron, steel, nickel, cobalt, etc., and attracts or repels other magnets. That's how people know we are magnets. We attract or repel others. You feel me? That's some real shit that goes on. You know when you don't like somebody, it's because you are repelling them. Their field is different from yours. We have an aura. An aura is a magnetic field that is produced by your soul. Solar being, magical being, come on. Your science. You're a genie in a bottle. You are directly connected to the solar system. Directly connected. Yes. The soul is connected. You have magnetic pull because you have material. You are a material being here. Get it? Matter. Okay. Those of you who know what we're going with, I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to have a discussion of matter and how the four phases of matter. We're just going to say that you are four phases of matter. You should know already what the four phases of matter are, right? Solids, liquids, gases, plasma energy. What do you think plasma energy is? What do you think the solids are? The liquids are water. The gases is vapor. I mean, it's come on, let's break this down, y'all. We're talking about science and why you should have your sacral chakra in tune because you can't build without that. Your frame got to be tight, otherwise your house just gonna fall apart. Look at you now. Hmm? Look at you now. They took you and they got you all fucked up, all out of whack. They're giving you all this salt in your diet, stopping your electricity, making you just a plain mortal. Say, I said, ye are gods. It says this in the scripture, but ye shall die like mere men. So they have a whole plot and a whole plan for your ass. And they're telling you, and you're reading it, taking that in as if it's facts. And it's only facts because they know how you work. And I'm proving it to you right here. They got it. If you can pull it up, how you work. Magnet. Where do you think mag magic comes from? Or what else? I'm saying like this, you are that magnet that they're discussing. Or whenever someone discusses magnetic, or they say, "Oh, he has magnetism." That's what they're talking about. The magnetism that he has within him, or she has within them. Your soul is magnetized. Your spirit is electrified, which is why you go outside, you ground yourself, you charge yourself. You can charge yourself by gazing at the sun. And if you had the abilities or everything that you were supposed to have that they took out of your diet because they know that you are a magnet, they tell you who you are as far as the X-Men go. The X-Men. That's crazy itself. That's a troll in itself. Magneto in the name X-Men. That's a whole fucking troll. They know you come from Xylanthia. They do it all the time in these movies. What was that X? Wakanda for life? Yes, they troll on you all the time. Believe it. They tell you who you are. Usually it's going right over your fucking head, but it's okay. It's okay. You're gonna wake up and stop making adrenochrome one day. One day you're gonna wake up and say, you know what? Enough is enough. The corporation has done too fucking much. But the corporation is everywhere. They are. They are the matrix. If you look around, you'll see corporation has a foothold strong as a motherfucker. Mm. And that is going to conclude this segment because it's going to turn into a whole nother damn corporational event. So we'll sit back and we'll bust down this little bit. We'll come back and next we'll be talking about some more magnetism because I got more. I went down a rabbit hole behind trying to figure out why salt puts out fire. That's what even led this on. That's what started this. I'm a chef, right? By trade, I cook for a living. And I wanted to know, why does salt put fire out when you're in the kitchen, right? Just something that popped in my head, and it took me on down this trail of deceit and why they do what they do to us. Because I'm 100% against the corporation because they're 100% against me, right? So just let that be known. whoever is running the corporation, they know who I'm talking about. We won't name any names. We'll just call it the corporation to be short and sweet. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Y'all stay dangerous because the corporation is out there. Everywhere you motherfucking look, the corporation got their hands in it. They getting everything from you. They get a piece of your little check when you go to work. They get a piece of the little food that you get. They get you paying for water coming to your house. You're paying for electricity. The corporation is very cunning and very good at making money off you, and in parts giving said money to the slave chasers to kill you. That's a whole nother. I'm gonna touch that in the next one. Okay. So peace to y'all, man, and yeah, I'm gonna holler back at y'all.